Man, it's just tough to say.
This podcast altogether, like as I look around the topics that we've covered up to this point, I've been feeling this actually in the last week specifically, but you feel like life is just becoming very real.
I think it'll be more real come September when I pay my first utility bill. Then it'll be officially real. Because that's coming. Now, I already did an AT&T bill. That one hurt.
Are bills the benchmark of reality?
100%. 100%. Taxes, you've been really, hopefully, being paid and losing money to taxes for a while now.
Yeah.
But once you cut that umbilical cord to your parents and you start accruing these bills, like we said a couple episodes back, or maybe it was just on a phone call you and I had, you're not really paid. You're just given a loan to get through the next set of bills. It's not really, your wealth is just constantly decreasing on a 30-day rotating
never
assessment.
accumulating money.
No, and that's, that's the part of maybe just how hard it is to save is who knows when these bills are due. And I'm even lucky. I have to audit my streaming services soon, but I'm lucky there. Like, I'm still on my parents' stuff. And it's crazy, man. It would add up to, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I do feel like this summer especially, I have grown up. I don't know about you. I mean, you've been a man for a minute in New York, so.
Yeah, I know, man. And it's funny that you mentioned that because it is such a cycle of just paying off the various things that you need to live and to live in your home, electricity, water, etc. Then you factor in your necessities from a living standpoint of your groceries and your toiletries, so on and so forth. But then I think the cost that people never take into account at an early age, and this is in my experience has been, as allegorically as I can look at a natural disaster as like this unbelievable, unforeseen event that comes and causes destruction. That's kind of how I see like this upcoming bachelor party that I'm going to in Vegas, or when we went to the Keys. Like, these are things that you want to do, you have a desire to do, but financially it's going to murder you. It's the Tiger King, I will never financially recover from this meme. And it is, oh, that's the timer. Or we're going to go longer. Shut up, phone. It's you want to prepare for those things that are on the horizon, and in many cases, like, those things on the horizon provide a light on the horizon of whatever you're doing. So you're working very hard, you're keeping your head down, you're diligent in your responsibilities, and then you see, oh, well, in September I'm going to go on this trip with my friends, and so on. That's going to get you to that point. But then, in between, I don't know, at least for me, in between June and September, knowing how much time I had to prepare, but also having like so many other things happening in my life that are fun, that also cost money.
Yeah.
And now, like, as I'm getting closer and closer, I'm like, I better start selling feet pics if I'm going to be trying to go out to Vegas.
Well,
my feet aren't nice.
I think they are.
My feet are too veiny.
That's not a real thing, right?
You've never seen my feet like that?
I judge feet by the nails.
It's the nails?
Yep.
What about the structure of the foot or the heel or like the
listen,
the indentation of the bottom?
It's
of the
pretty.
I'm not
obvious.
a foot guy, just so people knows.
To be honest, I wish I saw less feet in my life, but people just think they should wear flip-flops everywhere. No, you should wear running shoes or nice shoes. You should not wear flip-flops to Publix. It's disgusting to mix your produce with fungus. It just doesn't mix.
That's fair.
That's a rant for another time, but
that's fair. Not a foot fetish guy. Just want to let that. I want to get out ahead of that. We are not a feet guy, anti-feet guy.
Society really has to tone down the flip-flop usage. It's getting to a point that there's just no need. Put a running shoe on. It's better for your foot anyways.
Is that a train?
It's my alarm clock.
How much does that train go in and out the port station?
Well, so it's every 20 minutes there's two that hit.
That's kind of cool.
it has its pros and its cons. So
okay, let's cover the cons.
Okay, so the pros are it's gritty, it's kind of cool, it's urban, it's downtown, people moving, society, economics, awesome. The downside is you're watching a show. Like last night, my Star Wars show, The Bad Batch, was on. And you hear that shit. Okay, you're not paying attention to the Force anymore. You're paying attention to the equivalent of the MARTA.
Oh, the realities of the Industrial Revolution.
And then you look out your window. It just takes you away from your present moment. It really, again, it has its pros and cons. I haven't ridden it yet. I'm sure that day is coming soon. But it's certain. And then, another thing is it comes with the train culture. So there is a cult following of people who ride the train. And, you peek out your window and you see train culture. And, hey, sometimes it's just there are pros and cons to living next to a very active train station.
I'm sure it'll become white noise to you in 2-3 months. You won't even hear it.
The big man above blessed me with the ability to sleep through like a nuclear launch. So I'm good. Like I can certainly, I'm not losing sleep over this train issue. It's really just like I got the TV on and I'm listening to a podcast or, I'm on this, right? I'm doing a Tough to Say.
Right.
And I got to mute myself because a 3-car train moving 4 people got a blast every time they come into the station.
Well, if it's any reconciliation, you look at the PMT boys, and they always have sirens in the background. Being in New York City, that's actually one of the crazier things about living in Brooklyn. Is I was so accustomed to hearing emergency response vehicles go by every single second of the day. Yeah. And it did become white noise and like cars honking and I know somebody who lives basically right next to a construction site, which I did too, and that's its own beast as well.
That's me though, baby.
I know.
I would prefer that. I would actually really prefer to be next than the train.
Hey,
go ahead.
What's like the usage of a horn in construction sites?
The crane.
That's the crane?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is?
Yeah, 2 honks going up.
Really?
Yeah, so you got to blow it. Also for the crane operator.
The train's on my mind.
Sometimes if they have the radio, obviously they're getting told things are coming up, but also if they hear that, they know the line's tight and they're linked up so they can lift.
That's gonna give me a whole new perspective.
And then when they drop it on, let's just say it's coming to the top floor that they're building, that horn alerts everybody around, hey, there's something big coming down from above. I need to be on alert. We take safety very seriously in construction.
Yeah. Damn.
We need to.
I love that we covered off on trains, construction, and terrorism in the end of this podcast. I'm pretty clear on what I have said today. I feel good. You got anything else in the tank?
A couple of things. The Rays.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love when you do this segment right here.
We're awesome.
The stream of consciousness of sports. All right, Jimmy Neutron. I'm going to get out of here. 54 men. This is what we're looking at. Probably a little more with the music.
It'll be 55 when I say health and wealth. All love, people.
All love, baby. Evil.